All right, shifting our focus to the story that we've been tracking since morning in Jamia Millia, where row over freedom of speech and expression has shifted, where BJP leader Shazia Ilmi was barred from speaking on the controversial issue of triple talaq by the university administration. I'm joined by Shazia Ilmi right now. Shazia, can you take us through what exactly happened?
Well, I was invited to speak at an academic seminar. Earlier, they told us it was first scheduled for the 16th, and they said it's going to be on triple talaq. So this was done by an independent organization which just wanted to invite me as one of the panelists. Then the date was changed to 28th, which was yesterday. Suddenly, I got a message reminding me to be there, but they were very quiet. Normally, they kind of, get after our lives to ensure that we are there. But it was all quiet, and I could sense something is the matter. And then I kept getting reports from Jamia, and then I was told by the organizers that there was a lot of pressure, not just by the students who actually collected in huge numbers, in hundreds, in front of the seminar room, but also to the organizers. There was pressure on the organizers by the staff, by the senior authorities, including the provost and the vice chancellor, saying that, you have to change the topic from triple talaq to women's empowerment, and you have to ask Shazia Ilmi not to come or disinvite her, because we don't want to play around with the atmosphere, and it might get, there's something untoward might happen. Now, I've had a very decent track record. We led a very successful movement called the Anna Hazare movement. I was one of the, as you remember, I was one of the torch bearers. I was right there. And I'm not known to say anything, which could be violent in any way. But this is completely hypocrisy, and that any counter-narrative to the one that prevails is not allowed to be there. And there are a lot of these institutions and academic places kind of shut their doors on us, because there is only one kind of narrative that prevails, which is that of the leftist point of view, leftist Marxist point of view. And anybody who takes on the Congress party and belongs to BJP is discriminated against, and that's something that should be highlighted as well. So that's exactly what happened yesterday. There were hundreds of...
So what kind of pressure, Shazia? What kind of the pressure were the organizers under? What was the exact conversation? What kind of pressure they said they were under?
Well, the organizers also don't want to create too much of a controversy, you see. So they give in to the pressure. They don't want to make things worse than how they are. So the pressure was not to allow me, because they said I belong to BJP. And the Jamia students would have a huge problem with the presence of a BJP member within the campus. Even for an academic seminar.
But Jamia, pardon me, Shazia, you've been an alumni with Jamia, and you've also said earlier that if Amar Khalid and Shaila Rashid could be invited for Ramjas for a talk, then why can't you speak at Jamia?
Exactly. So freedom of expression, according to some people, and I will not talk about your channel, but half of the press, is so compromised that they speak for freedom of expression for Anirban and Umar Khalid and Shaila Rashid. But when regular members of other parties and with other points of view want to just speak their minds and present a counter-narrative, we are slammed. The doors are shut on us, and this is not the first time that has happened. So I think this also must be highlighted, that there is a certain kind of narrative that is allowed to prevail.
Shazia, why do you say it's not the first time? Has it happened earlier as well with the same campus? Has it happened earlier as well? You just said it's not the first time that has happened. Has it happened earlier to you as well, or was this the sole incident that was highlighted in Jamia?
No, at different places. I mean, I can take names, but a lot of my friends I would have to call out on them. But there is a certain way that these literary circles, academic circles, these conclaves work. There is a kind of a dominant point of view that is allowed to be circulated. And anybody with a counter point of view, and so I know when I joined BJP, the kind of hate messages I get, the kind of vitriol I'm subjected to day after day, it's terrible. But nobody talks about it, you see, and which is what I say, that, you want freedom for Umar Khalid and Shaila Rashid, but you don't want freedom for Shazia Ilmi and Meenakshi Lekhi to speak their point of view, to speak out their minds. Isn't that unfair? Isn't this hypocritical? What kind of freedom of speech are you looking at when it takes away my freedom to express myself?
Shazia, appreciate you joining us. I'm afraid I'm out of time completely. But this is a strong word coming from Shazia, who was barred from speaking at an event in Jamia Millia, her alma mater. And she said that why is it this discrimination which is seeping into our universities? Taking a